If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want.
Oh, that sounds like a splendid idea, sir. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dooley.
And Chris is here.
What's up? All right.
Chris is back. He decided that he wanted to come back and do another round of Hops Roulette because he didn't fare so well the last time.
Well,
none
I
of
was
us
going to
did.
say, do any of us really fare well all the time?
All right. No, I never do.
If it's stone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Dooley gets that one.
Well, he gets most stone. I'll give him credit. It's not just one stone. What was it last week? Didn't he try and call exactly what beer it was and got it fucking right?
Beer, movie, Lions, IPA.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I just had that last night, too.
All right.
That's why you know all the stone. You just drink it all the time.
So how do we want to start the podcast? Because I got some topics. I got some things that happened to me. So
Well,
you want to just roll with like how the fuck was your week?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not skip the subtle intros, you know?
Like,
Chris, welcome to the podcast. Put you on the spot, buddy. How was your week?
anything fucked up and interesting happening to you?
Nah, man, just holidays.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was chill. Family.
That's the best kind.
Simple.
Mine was super chill. I had to work in the morning, but then like I got off and then I came home and went back to sleep. And then I got up and went and had dinner. And then I came back home and then I came back home and then I started binge watching TV. So it's perfect.
Sounds pretty familiar, yeah. Lots of good food, good fire, good spirits.
Yeah, we we did like the traditional. That is really close.
Well, it's 70 degrees outside today in the middle of December, or the end of December, and apparently they're taking full advantage.
Wow, the skies are clear.
The skies are clear. It's a nice day outside.
That's beautiful. All right.
And I decided to wear my leather jacket.
Dude, I wore 4 layers over here because I didn't go outside before I left the house, and I made a big mistake.
So I downloaded the Samuel L. Jackson voice for my Echo.
Oh Lord.
I really want to hear this now.
It is fucking awesome. The very first thing, like, I mean, I don't talk to the Echo a lot. You know, Alexa, like, blah, blah, this, blah, that. Like, you know, I'm not, like, using, like, is it bad that I feel guilty when I ask her too many questions? Like, she's going to get tired or bored with me. But anyway, so the very first thing I did, like, so I downloaded it, and, like, it asks you, do you want, like, it has an explicit setting.
Yep.
And it has,
Yep.
the family-friendly version of Sam Jackson.
I have children.
So, the very first thing I asked it, was like, Alexa, ask Sam Jackson to tell me the weather. And he's like, this is fucking epic, dude. He's like, you're going to need a fucking umbrella. He's like, it's going to fucking rain in Virginia Beach today. I was like, yes! Like, the real news. Like, give it to me real, Sam. Give it to me real. But then it was like, hey, Alexa, ask Sam Jackson what his favorite word is. And it's just like, motherfucker. And then that's it. So, yeah, there's that. That cost me $1, and it was $1 well spent.
Worth it.
It's like, this is going to charge your Amazon account 99 cents. Like, let's do that shit.
What time is it? It's 4:30.
You need a motherfucking watch. Like,
Wow.
all right, so, Alex, so are you good there, Chris? Like, did you anything else?
Nah, I've just been chilling, man.
That's awesome, man. Enjoy
Christmas was chill. Everyone was asleep by like 6 p.m. You know,
it. I think
having a good time.
I think I went to bed early too.
I did not.
I mean, I was binge watching. Like we ate dinner at like 4:00,
Yep, sounds about right.
and then like we hung out with the fam for like 2 hours, and then came home and then I binge watched, and then see, Christmas isn't as cool as Thanksgiving as far as like because there's football on and things to do.
Right, it's like at night, it's done.
Yeah, like
Unless you're a kid and you have like 17 new video games to play. Actually, I can't even say a kid because I know many of my friends who are in their fucking late 20s that bought themselves Switches and Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
who's kicking the fucking table? All right. Anyway, I can just keep hearing them. It's you. I know
It is. It's the thing over here. I keep hitting it with my knee.
All right. So what else happened? What about your week?
After Christmas, it was pretty slow. You know, just kind of everybody spent their money, so work wasn't as busy as it has been. I don't know about you. I know you had a rough couple of past weeks, but
Yeah, this week was actually chill though.
well, I'm glad to hear that. But I'm
last week, I guess.
I'm ready for New Year's. You know, I mean, like
That's tomorrow.
I'm ready to start writing
So I
2019
guess
for the
this
first
is
month.
this is the New Year's Eve podcast, or our last podcast of the decade.
Yep. I'm ready to write 2019 for the next 2 months.
Yep.
Like, just
Yep.
that's right. This was made last year. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not a lot happened. You know, just same old basic bullshit. Dooley, what you got?
Whole family got wasted on Christmas. Had surf and turf.
Is there any other way to do Christmas?
I think I was sober.
Whoa. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to that. Dooley, continue.
It's just, other than that, work was slow. Everyone's on vacation, so me and the only other line cook that doesn't have vacation time were working. And yeah, I think I cooked a total of like 7 orders. It's just
Yeah, there's a falcon.
That's pretty dope. For a second, I was like, did Dooley hit a button?
No, there's
No,
a
there's
falcon.
actually
There's
a
a
falcon
falcon.
out
There's a
there.
falcon in the neighborhood. Like I told you, I forgot to show you that video when I was walking out of my house. My ring caught the falcon, swooped down into my tree in my front yard, and snatched a fucking bird out of the tree. And yeah, that thing is cool as hell. It lands on the back wall all the time.
National Geographic status.
Yeah, but that scared the crap out of me. I walked out, and the thing is, I walked out to the car, and I was wearing a Team Fat Kid beanie, and I was like, oh, it's too hot for this shit. So I went back inside, and I was like, I'm gonna grab a hat. So I go back inside to grab a hat, and
I really want to know if that's picking up too.
Oh, it is.
this fucking bird came out of fucking nowhere. It's on the Ring video. It snatched the bird out of the fucking tree and then took off and flew between the 2 neighbors' houses over there. When I could hear the bird freaking the fuck out. Obviously, dude.
Since I live somewhat in the country,
Let me go. Let me go.
There's 3 owls in my backyard area, and you just randomly hear them. That's perfect. But one
This
night,
episode brought to you by the National Geographic.
and Disney Plus.
I mean, that falcon is really he's getting it.
It's up there. He's gonna find us something.
He is.
But
The rabbit population has really died out around here.
But the motion lights came on the chicken coop, and all I saw was a black thing fly from a tree, grab a mouse, or not a mouse, a rabbit, and just.
Gone.
I'm just smoking a cigarette. I'm like, that's cool as fuck. But yeah, it's been a good week.
All right, Jason.
All right, how do I start this? Well, I don't mean to brag.
But you going to?
I did have the Popeyes chicken sandwich. So
I did too.
It tastes like a chicken sandwich. I wasn't super impressed by the chicken sandwich, all the hype
Right. It's
that's around this chicken sandwich. I mean, it was good, but then I was online and people were like, "Oh no, they changed it since it first came out. The batter's different and all this." And I was like, "Well, shit, maybe that's why maybe it's not as good."
well, that sounds like a dumb plan.
I still don't understand.
Why would you take something that had
a cult following?
And
I don't even know if
say-
it's a cult following. It was a national.
it was a trend.
Yeah, dude. I
If
mean,
nothing else, it was a trend, and if they changed it, I feel like they screwed up. Because you
I
could have
saw
capitalized.
this
on that.
post. I saw this post today. Evidently, Sam's Club has a knockoff
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A
and waffle fries.
waffle fries, chicken sandwiches, and the chicken bites.
Yep.
I was like, it was only a matter of time
Yeah. It was
before
different.
Walmart got involved in this shit, the conglomerate, just taking it over. But yeah,
A new trend. What? I want to try it.
I wasn't overly impressed by the chicken sandwich. I got the spicy. The producer got the regular one, and then I ate the wrong bag. She was pissed, but then they both tasted exactly the same. So I was like, maybe we just got screwed. I don't know. It wasn't, I'm a Popeyes fan, but it's not somewhere I go on a regular basis. I get Popeyes twice a year. You know what I mean? Growing up in Louisiana though, fucking Popeyes was fucking everywhere. It's that's their version of
McDonald's.
KFC. There's Popeyes is it. So I shit myself.
Way to start the brown note.
Great segue.
Yeah, there was no segue.
Yeah, no, this is a good one.
Jumped right into that one.
Because it like shocked me.
I would hope so. I'm hoping you're not like, I'm going to shit myself right now.
It happens. You're like, I'm not surprised.
Are you ever really that surprised though? You know. It's
Well,
like,
no, because normally you're like, ah.
Yeah. So like I've had a bad run with the gas. Since I started taking this medication for my elbow, my brother finally convinced me to go to the doctor for my tendonitis, and I did. And hey, look, no brace. It's all good. Like, things are working. But one of the side effects, Melissa looked it up, and she's like, okay, so one of the side effects is gas.
It's pretty bad if she had to look it up. That's all I'm
Well,
going to say.
It's been a rough go. We were in a store, and I farted on an aisle, and like I didn't say anything, like she wasn't with me, like I was picking up some new
Underwear.
not that kind of store. Came close though, but like so I was getting some new sheet pans and stuff, for the show, some bigger ones and stuff like that, and I was picking them up. And like I farted on the aisle, and it's like one of those like where you just you're like lingering in it, like it's like there's no air movement, it's just there. And like so she comes up with the cart, and I'm like putting the pans in the cart, and like she looks at me, she's like, "Oh my God, was that you?" And like and it's been like 2 minutes, like this thing is not dissipating, and like so these other people come down the aisle, and I was like, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" Like, it's like,
Okay, hold on.
something's wrong in this aisle.
Continue down this path, because this is not shitting yourself.
Oh no! This is recent too. This is Saturday night.
Okay. Didn't I see you?
Yeah, you saw me Saturday night. So
Was that before or after?
it was well after I saw you.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm hoping I saw you before
Because I
that
saw
happened.
Dooley on Saturday night too, and it was like well after we had parted ways. Like so, Dooley and I were at work. Blah blah. We put out the party, and then I bailed on him because LSU was playing Oklahoma, and I was like, "Well,
LSU was whooping ass.
yeah, LSU was whooping that ass." So I was like, "I'm going, man. I got to go watch this game." So I get up there. Alex and I hung out for a little while watching the game. Then we parted ways, and I was like, "All right, the game was over." I was like, "I'm going home." So during the Clemson and Ohio State game, like I'm sitting on the couch. Having, a couple teddies. Nothing crazy. Just watching the game. And then, like, I farted, dude. And, like, I just snapped my head. And I look over at the producer. I was like, I think I just shit myself. And she's like, what? And I, like, just got up and, like, walked to the bathroom. Like, so it was a shart. It was a shart. And I was like... So I go to the bathroom, and I was like, yeah, come out in, like, different shorts and shit. And I was like, yep, that definitely just fucking happened. I was sitting on the couch, and I shit my fucking pants. Because I've been farting so much, and it's like, I'm blaming the medication. I mean, they've been bad. They stink. You know what I mean? But it was like, yo, like, that one, like...
Did more than stink.
Yeah, I was like, when you pop your back, and, like, all your muscles get tense, and, like... You couldn't catch it, you know what I mean? It's like, oh no. Like, and then it's like, we've been together a long enough time that I can turn around and look at him like, yo, I did shit myself. Like,
we've been, we've all, I think Chris has gotten away without sharing one, but we've all done brown notes, that's for sure. Like, we've all shared
but I
one.
definitely...
Austin still has the best.
And Austin shitting himself on a roller coaster is like one of the best stories I've ever heard. But... yeah, so I shit myself in the middle of the Ohio State Clemson game.
At least you were at home.
That is true.
Like, at least you were at home.
I was just like, just enjoying the game. And I had farted, a handful of times during this game, and she's like, stop it. And then that time I was like, oh, too far. Like, on that note, man, let's do a roulette, huh?
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Because I played fart roulette and then lost. So even if we play hops roulette, I'm still losing.
Well, are you really losing?
Yeah, that is true. Even when you're wrong in hops roulette, you're still winning.
That was loud.
So real quick, I want to throw in. I also during the week while I was at work, Hello, how are you? I like the way this one smells. I like the way that one sounds. It's been a while since we had this much freedom on a Monday.
Especially in the winter. That's what, like, they must be taking advantage of this weather because they are out today. The birds are out today.
Because you know they're all going to be off tomorrow. And you know they're going to be off.
Dooley, save some for the actual taste. Because if you look at me in like 30 seconds and go, "Can I get some more?" Because I drank it all.
It.
No, so yeah.
Is that what you were doing?
So I was at work. So I did the reverse cheesy crust outside taco.
Okay.
So I took like a soft taco shell and like I was making myself a little snack, making myself a little taco at work, and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna try to do the cheesy crust on the outside of the soft taco. Fucking worked like a charm, dude. It was amazing.
Did you do it on the flat top?
Yeah,
And, like roll
yeah.
it
It
up?
was like I had folded the taco in half, and because I was quesadilla in it.
Okay.
And so then I threw some cheese down and just dropped it on top of the cheese as it was melting. And what? Son of a bitch!
I got some more.
Well, that's been a while since I dumped a whole beer in my lap.
Hey, be glad it wasn't a whole beer. That'd be a little bit.
I was very
different.
excited about the taco. I'm still good.
You're good? Freedom! We might actually have to shut the door today.
This podcast brought to you by the Air Force.
It's the fucking
Navy.
It's cold.
Oh yeah, it is a Navy base, isn't it?
Jesus.
You live in Hampton Roads, like
Dude, you lived here your whole fucking life.
90% of anything is Navy. Just if you ever have to guess military.
All right,
in this area.
So yeah, the taco came out wonderfully.
Military.
How in the hell did I get it on my earphone?
That's a great question, actually.
It's like, so this happened.
Spilled the beer in your lap and got beer on your headphones.
Yep.
Where's your head at? Where's your head?
All right, so let's do this roulette real fast before I spill it again. See, and I was doing so good. All my other beverages are on the other side, on another table.
All my other beverages are weird.
Don't judge
Because
me.
one beer is not enough.
All my other beverages.
The world is not enough.
Jesus. Heads up.
Yep.
Going for it.
Really?
Boom.
Kobe.
All right. At least it wasn't on my phone.
Hello, how are you?
I like this one. It smells good. Kind of. Almost. I don't know if it's because I spilled it on my lap.
Oh,
Sour?
that's a tough call.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, it's definitely got some
It's got
tartness
some
to
peanut
it.
butter in it. Right? Am I the only one
No,
getting...
you're not the only one getting peanut butter. I'm with you.
That's what I smelled like before I dumped it all up my... Now my lap smells like peanut butter.
It is like a sour peanut butter beer.
I'm going to say it's a peanut butter and jelly.
PB&J?
I think it's a PB&J porter. Boom.
A porter?
Sour.
What
Hold on.
are you going with here?
I'm trying to think, man. I'm thinking out loud. That's how my brain works.
You're not allowed to do that.
Okay, so it's definitely a peanut butter and sour. It's definitely a sour.
Okay.
PB&J sour, I'm going to say it is a 5.8% IBU. I have no idea. IBU, I'm going to say is 22. And I would give it a 2.5. I'm not really... It's a dessert beer. It's like a finish your night beer.
Okay.
I'm going to eat this with my pie. Or drink this with my pie.
Chris, you take a shot.
It's out of 5, right?
Yeah, 1 to 5 on a scale. 5 being great, 1 being not.
It smelled sour. I'm going with sour. IBUs, I'll say 30. I'm always wrong, but
We all are, don't worry.
Welcome to the club.
I'm gonna say like 7.5% for the alcohol though.
Think you're gonna ramp it up in this hour? I mean, look, I always think like these girly beers. Sorry, I call them girly, but like even like with the seltzers, man, you gotta watch out. Them bitches are like 6%, like your White Claws
Yeah.
and like your Trulies and Bon and Vibs and all them bitches. Like,
Well, it's high gravity, 8% or more. Is that
I
what
believe that's what they consider high gravity.
I don't think this is high gravity, but I bet it's close.
What do you rate it? 1 to 5.
I'm not really a sour guy, but it still tastes pretty good. I could drink 1 or 2, like 3.
1 or 2 or 3.
Oh, I think he meant 3 is like the...
Three's the score.
I know what he meant. I could, 1 or 2, 3.
8.
I think I'm gonna join Jason. This is a PB&J sour.
I feel like I know the name of this one. I feel like we've looked at it before, and
It's just... It's so sour.
But do you get the peanut butter at the end?
Slightly.
All right,
It's
I'm gonna
very
go,
sour.
I'm gonna go PB&J sour at 6.8%, 18 IBUs, and I'm gonna give it a 3.
Dilly, you got the Google machine ready?
Oh.
Well, he's still gotta make his guesses.
Oh.
Besides, I'll probably be faster on my phone.
Sour, obviously. I'm gonna go with a 20 on IBU. And
Joke's on you, it's a sour porter.
it's just
I don't even think that's a thing.
I don't either, but
It should be.
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of flavor would you do, like a
butter
raspberry
and
chocolate?
Hazelnut.
Where would you get the sour and hazelnut?
Raspberry, hazelnut.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm
what am I on? ABV,
Yep.
6.
And 1 to 5.
1.
Really? Are you just not a sour fan, or?
I just don't like that one.
Okay.
The smell, the taste, nothing.
All right, get your fingers ready, because you're going to have the head start, and I'm still going to beat you.
I do have a good topic for this whole situation, by the way. It's a fun fact, and I like the fun facts.
This is D9 Brewing Company, Wild Things, Superstitious Pigeons, and it is a sour ale brewed with peanut butter and raspberries. So I don't know if we want to consider that jelly.
I think that's the flavor profile they were going for there. I mean, it's. Would you disagree that they were not trying to find like a peanut butter and jelly flavor?
No, not at all. That's definitely a peanut butter and jelly flavor. Jason came in the closest on ABV. It is 5. He guessed 5.8. Yes,
We were all way over, huh?
See if you can find IBUs.
The
Pigeons. Superstitious Pigeons, and it does have a picture of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's just using raspberry jelly. So yes, it's a PB&J sandwich.
but like, isn't it? Is it Duclaw that makes the Sweet Baby Jesus?
Yes,
I feel like this would be like something that they would produce.
I could see that.
Like
yeah,
Sweet
I don't
Baby
think
Jesus.
Duclaw really does a lot of sours though.
Well, I mean, I know, but I mean, like with the chocolates and the peanut butters and like all the things that they do,
Like the flavor profile,
Yeah.
before the sour part.
Yeah.
Yes, I could agree with you there. I think you're right.
Well, I do. He's looking that up. The fun fact that I came across the other day that in Russia they did not consider beer an alcoholic beverage in 2011. They considered it a soft drink. But I guess if you're drinking that much fucking vodka, beer is a soft drink. Like, so I mean, like, does that mean like kids could just go in the damn store at like 8 years old and buy a beer?
Buy a beer.
What
I
is
mean,
the age?
but like, yeah, but I mean, like in different cultures, like like it's looked at differently, especially like in like Germany and things like that. Which I mean, Germany and Russia butt up against each other. So I mean, that's a good one to look up, Alex, if you got time. Like the legal drinking age of Russia, mother Russia.
Bro, I'm trying to beat Dooley. I'll get on that in just a minute, but considering that he still hasn't found it.
Yeah, but 2011 for you to not consider beer till 2011. So like Budweiser, like you just go into the store and buy a Budweiser and like just drive down the street like it's a Coke.
All right, there's no IBU on this beer. Dooley, stop looking.
It's 0.
I don't know if it's 0,
But they just didn't put it in.
yeah, it doesn't list an IBU. So
I saw like 30, 0, no. I saw all that.
I went to their website after seeing no IBU. What legal drinking age in Russia?
Yeah, I mean, I was just.
It says 18 years, but however, there are no laws against minors drinking alcohol. There's no. It says most Russians believe that the minimum drinking age in the country is 18 years. However, there are no laws against minors drinking.
That's, I mean, shit. All right, so like the other day at work, this is a good one. Did we talk about the guy dumping?
Real quick, I do want to state that yes, the legal drinking age is usually 18. It does say usually because there are some exceptions to that case.
Yeah.
Technically, stronger alcohol such as cognac and vodka is only sold to those people that are only over 21. So, like, maybe you can drink
Soft drinks.
well, beer. Yeah, you can have that soft drink beer. Anyway, that Falcon.
So
is just
yeah, the
going.
Falcon's going for it. I had a thought
Uh-oh.
because like like you're not allowed to say Super Bowl and stuff like that. It's like the big game because like it's all like copywritten and trademarked and whatnot.
Well, I hope not, since you just said it.
Well, I mean, this is a podcast. All right, so what I had like, cause like you have like with Taco Bell, they do like steal a base, steal a taco for like the World Series, and they do like steal a game, steal a taco in the NBA.
Did McDonald's have to give away like $5 million worth of fries or something this past summer?
Maybe.
Maybe there was on like a Raptors game or something. I don't even remember, but they gave away a shit ton of fries.
Was it fries for what?
They were like, if I don't even remember what it was. I just remember they gave away like $3 million worth of fries or some shit. It was fucking ridiculous.
Because
they did.
McDonald's, though, that's probably a fucking
Yeah,
drop in the
but they were
bucket.
like free fries if something happens, and it was like a basketball game or something, and that happened, and so lots of people got free fries.
Well, I thought about it, and McDonald's, if you're listening, I have a great ploy for you. So, like whatever stat they wanna choose, but it should be like if there's like let's say like there's a play like over 60 yards in the big game, like call it like big play win a Big Mac or some shit, big play Big Mac, and then they give the entire country Big Macs for free for one day.
Country?
Well, that's the way it works. Like yeah, like if you
It's
go
not just one McDonald's.
yeah, if it happens and you just go to McDonald's and
That's
you
gonna
get a
be
free
a
Big
busy
Mac.
ass fucking McDonald's.
But I mean, it's an idea. I mean, I thought it'd be cool, like big play Big Mac, steal a base, steal a taco.
As long as it's not the impossible.
Like say, like maybe it's got to be like a kickoff return in the Super Bowl, for a touchdown, something
Oh,
like that.
you know what? That's a good one. So maybe Burger King could get on the back of that and be like, if somebody makes a 60-yard field goal, we'll do the impossible Whopper.
The impossible play, the impossible burger.
Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes can all jump in on what they call a fire play. Come get the spicy chicken sandwich. That play was fire. It's like a
All right,
70-yard run down the sideline or something,
I
which I think happened this weekend. Actually.
I think Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich is by far the best one out there. Since you brought it up.
Ooh, all right. Now I'm torn because I do think the Chick-fil-A has a good spicy chicken sandwich, but if it came down to it, I think I'd have to go with like the old Wendy's one. I haven't had it since they brought it back.
The old Wendy's,
Like the
like the
original
spicy
chicken
nugget,
sandwich.
like it's like the spicy nugget
Well, they
flavor
had
on the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, they had and that was. I still think that is the best spicy chicken sandwich from a fast food place I've had.
I don't know, man. After having like the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and I'm a Popeyes fan, but like I said, I don't go there nearly at all, like twice a year at the most. But like, I do tend to venture into a Chick-fil-A more often than the producer's a huge fan. So obviously, therefore, I am a huge fan because that's what we're eating. That's what we're getting. She likes to order. I'll stop at Chick-fil-A on my home, and she'll like order off the app. So when I get there, it's already
Ready?
done. It's ready.
Just pick it up.
Yeah, just tell them your name. But
My name's Jason Fossey. We have a Melissa.
yeah.
You don't look like you have enough hair for that.
Hey. Tell that to Sinead O'Connor. Oh,
What's she look like now?
I don't know. She's still alive.
Since you brought it up,
Did we talk about the frozen pizza game?
the frozen pizza game. No, we did not. I
when
don't know
I-
what you're talking about.
When I fucking damn, now I'm like I gotta remember to delete notes when I say shit. Because I went down to the frozen pizza aisle. And I feel like we had this conversation, and I found the fucking Detroit style deep dish pizza in the freezer section.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Never mind.
we did have that.
Yes.
That's still, man, that frozen pizza, man. Like, they really stepped their shit up. All right, so what do we got in front of us this time?
Well, you ask me that at least like once a week, and I don't know.
This
This
one's-
is literally the point.
This one is shut up. This one is dark.
Yes, I will. Yes, we have a dark beer. That's weird.
It's kind of,
What are you getting off of that? Like smell wise?
I don't know if that's coffee or not.
No, that's not coffee. Well, actually, we always think coffee's chocolate, so maybe it is coffee.
Syrup, Hershey
It's-
syrup.
Chocolate? No. See, I'm not.
Looks like chocolate syrup.
I really. Don't
You know what that tastes like?
I don't know what that smell is.
Sorry.
It tastes like it smells. If only it's like that fake banana.
You know what it tastes like? It's,
Almost like a Butterfinger, man.
It tastes
Close.
like shitty chocolate. Like no, hear me out. Like the generic version of like Cocoa Pebbles. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
chocolate,
Yeah.
like with that chocolate when you're a kid, and like you're eating like
Stuck
cereal.
your roof of your mouth type of shit.
Yeah, like that. It's like the crappy chocolate they put in like cereal.
No, I'm going with that's some kind of like pistachio. I don't know if it's exactly.
Pistachio.
I'm getting like a. No, I don't want to say this. It's going to sound
Nutty.
bad, but a nutty flavor going on. Like I don't feel like
Where's
that's
that
chocolate.
nutty flavor at, Alex?
I don't know.
Is
don't know.
it in your mouth? I don't know, man, but it's to me it's like nostalgic shitty chocolate.
Okay, so what are you calling this one?
Nostalgic shitty chocolate.
That's unfortunately not a style, sir. I'm sorry.
Nostalgic shitty
Nostalgic.
chocolate porter.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it a porter.
Okay.
As far as like what kind, man, I don't know. ABV on a porter, 8.2, IBU 39 because I just didn't want to go over 40. And I'm gonna give that a solid 1.
Chris?
To me, it tastes like chocolate coffee.
I always feel bad when I talk shit about people's beers because like this is like their livelihood and like they put out a product that they were really happy with and then I drink it and I'm like, that's shit.
Hey, not every beer is for everybody.
Truth.
We like
That's true.
IPAs. I'm sure there are people that listen that go, God, fuck these guys. All they drink is IPAs, and I don't want to drink that.
Dennis.
That is not true because we don't just drink IPAs.
Well, we prefer. We do buy everything. We drink everything. We taste everything.
Yeah,
But
we don't drink everything.
I'll say 20 IBUs and 6%. And like a 1. This really isn't mine.
you going porter as well? I know you said chocolate and coffee. Are you going porter, stout? I'm going to get weird and go dunkel. I don't know.
Uncle.
That's like some dentist terminology there. It's good to double dunkel.
I don't think I've ever
I'd
heard
say
of
more
a chocolate
porter.
coffee dunkel. Porter?
I don't think it's stout heavy, but
Yeah, it doesn't really have like that. Like when you look at a stout or like it that creaminess or whatever. Watch me be totally fucking wrong, and it's like a milk stout, so it's like creamy and stout and not porter and like.
I'm sure I'm wrong.
Me too.
Dooley, what you got?
I'm actually gonna go milk stout.
You fucking loser.
30 IBU, 7%, and I'll go with a 2.
All right, I am. There's just no fucking good way to say this. I'm gonna call this a nut porter because I don't know what nut in particular
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with.
nut
If I had to
porter.
pick, I would go with cashew, just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna call it a 6.5%er at 26 IBU, and I'm also gonna give it a 2. Not really my style. Whatever flavor it is not. I'm not feeling the shitty chocolate.
This is something I wouldn't mind having at like casual pint.
Bum-ba-da-da! This is Choosy Mother
It's another fucking peanut butter.
Peanut Butter Porter. That does not taste like peanut butter.
No.
No.
It is a 6.6%er. I came in closest with that one, and it has 19 IBUs. Chris came in at 20.
I didn't
Oh, it's
feel
so
like it was
close.
very bitter.
Double peanut butter. Damn it, Dennis! I know it was you.
Well, that's...
Like it's like, is this whole 6-pack peanut butter beers?
I don't know.
Let the fucking-
I
let
don't
the-
look
let
at
the-
them. I don't look at them. Like
I'm saying it like because I feel like this is like a butcher six pack because he's the only one not here, and he's like, he's probably gonna be pissed that we drank them without him, but then he's like,
Watch, he's
if
gonna
this-
listen to this and be like, "Yeah, it's mine."
yeah, like the whole series is leaning toward like a butcher six pack. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
I'm gonna give Chris and I a point for this because we were both a point off of ABV and or IBU, and we both got porter. So
Yeah, but I thought the standing rule was if you went over, you didn't get a point.
we're both under. No, wait, he's over. I'm under. We're gonna
All
give
right.
it to
Well,
him.
I'm
He-
over.
I'm gonna give him the damn point.
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna give it
on
to him.
IBU and I'm under on ABV.
No. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you were.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But yeah, no. Normally, if we go over, we don't give anybody a point. But considering that you got 1 point away on IBU, nonetheless, which
Sure,
is
okay, I'll give you that because IBU.
let's be real. Like IBUs are still the hardest fucking thing to nail. So,
It's like the lottery.
I feel like
and
if we knew what we were talking about, IBU would be easier to pinpoint than ABV
I don't know. I debate that.
if
Like,
we knew what we were talking about.
Well, some of them you can't even find in IBU, right?
well, we've definitely had beers that they are made not to have IBUs, but they taste bitter. So I'm completely
Yeah, like the whole "this is nonsense" beer.
Yeah,
Which I keep
yeah.
on bringing that
which
up
we
because
had
that
twice. How
Yeah,
did we end up
it
with that
came up twice. I don't know how it came up twice, but because we don't look at what everyone else is getting, so if like
We just end up with
like
two.
this sounds cool.
I have
don't
a
even-
question though, Dooley. Why the fuck did you go milk stout?
I don't know, just because Jason said it, I was like, whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, he's
I
might be
mean,
right.
Yeah, he said
That's
it.
not what I would consider a sweet beer by any means.
No,
'Cause
I feel like milk stouts tend to be sweeter.
Because I was gonna say porter, and then Jason's like, "Oh, what if this is a milk stout?"
kind of, but like I think porters tend to be sweeter than milk stouts. Because I mean, milk stout like it's just basically the lactose in it. They're just creating that mouthfeel. It doesn't necessarily have to do with like whether it's sweet or not.
I just find that most of them do tend to be sweeter.
I mean, and if you're lactose intolerant and you're having a bad fucking day, you're probably gonna shit yourself at the bar.
Sorry, Austin.
Do you have any dairy-free milk?
So,
Nope, drink this.
anybody else got a topic? I think I'm running out over here, man. Like, I feel like we've.
Exhausted quite a few of our.
Yeah, I mean, I can keep scrolling through, and like I've bitched enough about the Jollibee.
The Jolly Bee.
I don't know. Like anybody got so we got some recipes coming up on our YouTube channel. As I stare at Dooley. So
Hopefully we'll
they're
have.
already ready.
Do we really call them recipes? I mean, technically, I guess
That's-
they are, but
those are
ingredients
recipe
on them.
Those are recipe video driven. Like we do tend to steer away from the educational point in when we are trying to like enjoy it ourselves, like while we're trying to entertain others. And you know, we have a really good time making these videos, but you know, I think like with our new system that we'll throw out there every now and again. And I did want to bring up a topic, but I wanted to save it for Thursday. But I guess we can rehash it when Dennis gets here on Thursday, because by Thursday we really need to make a fucking decision. Because we have discussed the
pizza burger.
the pizza burger, yes, but we have, and that was like up on Facebook, and like everyone like told us that yes, we should do it. So therefore, you know, we're gonna do it. But like with the sandwiches and trying to establish a sandwich from every state over the course of a year, because we got 52 weeks. It's 52 sandwiches. Technically, it would be 51 sandwiches, and then we would culminate it with the ultimate Team Fat Kid sandwich, utilizing our favorite parts from from the sandwiches that we've created.
What are you considering the 51st?
Puerto Rico.
So you're not going to do what is it, Guam and?
No, man, come on.
Well, they're still territories, right?
They're
If you're going to
territories?
include Puerto Rico,
Look, man, I'm throwing them a bone because technically we should make 2 sandwiches. I mean, I just think like Puerto Rico has been a territory for a long time, longer than Guam and the Virgin Islands,
it's very true.
and whatever else that we don't know about that are part of the United States, but not part of the United States.
I really hope that's about it, though. I'm going to feel pretty bad for my geography teacher if that's not the case. There are 57 states and territories. Well, fuck, I'm 4 behind.
Yeah, so those other ones don't matter.
Yeah, it's like Pluto. They don't count.
Yeah. Well, but then it counts. But then it doesn't count. But then it counts.
We
Like,
took over Colombia. No one cares.
Ooh. That one looks hazy.
I don't know.
You know the first taste I got from that?
That looks weird.
Jason,
All right, so I'm looking at like a yellow, orangey hue, cloudy.
it's called pea.
Oh, good.
I mean, I admit I did fill it under the table.
That looks like somebody didn't drink-
Dehydration.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Somebody did not drink water for a couple
You
months.
need to drink some more water, man.
Oh, that's an IPA for sure.
Hello, how are you?
You know the first taste I got out of that?
Cappy?
Peanut butter?
Durian.
Durian? All right.
A little bit of banana, a little bit of disgusting. Like,
All right.
A hint of citrus.
yeah.
I'm lost.
I'm gonna go with this is an IPA at 6.4%, 32 IBUs, and I am going to give it a 3.5. Just not really feeling this. It's not bad. Just not feeling it.
You're
Right
gonna
now.
give it a 3.5. It's got that flavor in it that I don't like.
I'm going to go hazy IPA.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't care for this.
I'm thinking like a 50 IBU because we don't know shit about IBUs.
Go big or go home, Heard.
6%. I'll give it 2.
Jason, you got hazy.
Yeah, I think it's a hazy. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. There's something in there I don't like, and I think it might be like I got to figure out if it's like that hop strand that I don't like that it keeps popping up in beers. Like, but as far as
That seems like it would be worth knowing.
ABV,
I went 6.4. Dooley went 6.
yeah, I was gonna give it like a 6.8.
And
I
IBU.
think it's gonna be. I'm gonna give it a 60. I think it's gonna pull some bitters out of his butt because it's not a smooth drinker by any fucking means.
All right, Chris.
I guess IPA. All I can really sense is orange.
Yeah, it does have some citrus notes in there.
It does, yeah.
If you
Citrus, orange, like that's what overwhelms everything for me.
can- Juicy.
I don't think it's quite as bitter as you guys think, but it's hard to judge sometimes. I'll go like 30 on the IBU, and I'll go 6%.
As you say, it's not that bitter. Jason's over here.
1 to 5.
It's like a 3. I could handle 1 or 2 though.
Okay. All right.
I don't want any
This,
part of that.
I swear to God, this is peanut butter.
It's a peanut butter juicy. Oh, what the fuck is that?
You see that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Alright, so it just says double Indian Pale Ale. Everybody wants some. Double
No.
Indian Pale Ale.
No, I don't. Oh shit! It said that everybody wants some.
So that means it's way
I
stronger
want
than I
some
thought.
too. Are those cheeseburgers? What the fuck is that?
You ready? Here we go. And he's got me vuelto loco, amigos. Everybody wants some. A rotating single hop double IPA is the only acceptable response to the call of DLR era Van Halen plus 80s cult classic movies. A giant teddy bear, bigger than you. Sounds great. No, it really does sound good. But look, Beth, I gotta go. The Christmas tree is on fire. Don't ask me about the Beth and the Christmas tree part. I'm curious if that's just for the holidays or if that's in the story all the time. This one comes in at 8%.
Oh wow.
And I will need IBUs, Julie. I see you looking.
33.
33 IBU. I got 32. 8%. Jason came in the closest, off by a full and percent. He came in at 6.8. It was 8. None of us went that high.
No.
I want to see some IBUs, Julie. What you got?
33.
33? Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong column. I'm just not on my game today, I guess.
So if it's a single hop, what is the hop? Because
Vic.
that's the hop. Vic hop?
Vic Secret Hops. VIC.
So maybe that's the one I don't like.
I don't think I'm going to give this to anybody, even myself.
Yeah, I don't think anyone...
Because none of us gets the double IPA. Like, I got closest on IBU, but I didn't get close on ABV. I don't think anyone's taking this one.
I don't think anyone should take that at all. That's not good.
I was way off.
The more
I think he meant the beer's not good.
yeah, the
Where
more
a lot of the people that are on beeradvocate.com, like,
I do love how you went from, I don't like knocking this porter to, that beer's not good.
I know, man, I feel bad. I feel bad about like talking shit about people's product. But the thing is, that is rough for me, man. Like,
It's definitely not one of the best IPAs we've had. And hey, maybe that is the hop that you don't like.
hey,
So we'll just have to keep, Vic hops in mind. If we find a beer that has Vic hops and you're like, no, fuck that, then, Dooley, what are you doing?
he was trying to pull up Beer Advocate so we could see like what
I meant the seizure flashes going on the screen.
I don't know.
Well, that could be the TV. All right, so while we're talking about alcoholic beverages, what's your favorite adult beverage?
Go ahead, Dooley.
Stone.
So just Stone beer, like you're just like that's,
Just anything Stone?
I need to be sponsored by them.
I mean, I'm saying like whether it be a cocktail or it could be, Scotch, straight, neat.
Man, it varies on the night. I do drink a lot of Scotch. I'm a big fan of Grey Goose martinis, but I think if I really had to be real with myself right now, what I'm drinking the most of are green tea shots.
Just Jameson.
Jameson, peach schnapps, sour mix, and Sprite. But it tastes like green tea, and I will destroy those things.
Mine would be either, like, obviously Stone IPA or a Teddy.
Do Jello shots count?
I mean, technically.
If we're counting the past week, then yeah, Jello shots might be mine.
Or also a good whiskey on the rocks or bourbon.
Okay, you just named like 4. You got to pick one. See, I made a joke about Jello shots, but green tea was my answer. Where are you going? Chris, what about
I'll stick with Stone.
Your favorite adult beverage?
Yingling.
Yingling?
I had a feeling that was coming.
Yeah.
Well, I like a few others. Like I like a good whiskey. I like a good Scotch. I like vodka. But if I got to pick one,
Yinglings, yeah.
oh,
Yinglings,
like-
yeah.
That was kind of a segue that I wanted to do.
I have a pretty good guess about where you're going, but I almost want to be surprised.
Like my personal favorite adult beverage?
Yes.
I would have to go with like a mule.
Go with what? A mule?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think that they're clean, refreshing, hot day, cold day, doesn't matter. You can work with it. Dooley's about to cut his wrist.
Thankfully, he didn't.
And you're opening up a bottle, and there's no... I got... No.
No.
Yeah, you gotta... Excuse me for a moment while I go get the proper vessel for said...
Well, it's going to take me a minute to get this
Well, I can
open.
see that. That's why I got time. So please, talk amongst yourselves.
As Julie struggles with the label. So first off, I guess we'll get to the bourbon here in a second. That is a bourbon, correct?
Whoa.
Don't say the name. We'll bring that up later. But
Bourbon.
bourbon, okay. And I mean, I have to admit, it's a nice looking bottle.
well, it's got a cork, right?
I know, right?
That's the sign of a good.
Ooh, it had the little...
A lot of wines and liquor bottles are moving away from corks.
Really?
Maybe, yeah, I figured that was coming. Yeah, a lot of wines and liquor bottles are moving away from cork because it's getting so expensive that they.
The synthetic, though, it works just as well.
The what?
The synthetic cork.
Yeah.
You go for?
Yeah. I'm Fosse over here.
Yeah, just like the first line, Dooley. The first line. Stop.
It's perfect.
I could probably identify that one.
You want that one or you want a bigger one?
No, that's fine.
Oh, see, I was trying to joke him. The first line's all the way down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, that's usually the 2 ounce mark on the red Solo cup. That's probably like a quarter
Yeah, so we're using
ounce, maybe an eighth of an ounce down there at the bottom. I don't know.
we're using the red Solo Cup shot cup. You know,
we redneck around here.
like whatever you like played. What is it like beer pong? But you had like a metal ball bearing, and you had to get it in these little.
See, I was on the same path as you, but I was not thinking metal ball bearing because you would just
that's
knock
called-
all the cups over.
That's called expert level.
I feel like you could play with mini marshmallows.
Oh,
Then you wouldn't even have to fish them out. You just drink them with the fucking drink.
that's actually not a bad idea. We're starting a new game.
That's right. Mini marshmallow beer pong. All right. So,
We call it mini pong.
before we take this shot, go ahead and announce the name there, Dooley.
All right, so it is called Heaven's Door Tennessee Bourbon. It is a straight bourbon whiskey, not double barrel, not anything like that, and it is in collaboration with Bob Dylan. Yeah,
Okay,
knocking on Heaven's Door, right?
So yo,
Yo.
Yo. That's really smooth.
Okay, so I was prepared for worse, that's for
yeah,
sure.
that's
Is it 100 proof?
90.
It is a 90 proof, 45%.
That is very smooth.
The guy at the ABC store was like, yeah, like, do a review on it. Like, I'll listen. Like, okay.
so.
Well, then let's do a review.
What was the review? Like, so all right.
No, I'll tell you what. Before you want story before we.
No, I mean I think we save the story till after we
Okay.
review it, and you're all right. So personally, it's good. I think I would take it with a cube. And
I second that.
Yeah, I would take it with a cube. Not like a sphere or like a ball or
Like an actual ice cube.
like an actual ice cube, because I don't think it needs to be watered down that much. I think it's very smooth. I just think it maybe a splash would
Okay.
work. But I do like mine chilled a little, so I would put like an ice cube in that
Well, I
in
have
like
a
a
question.
rocks glass.
Would you, because you mentioned the splash, would you do like whiskey stones and a splash of water, or would you prefer just one or two regular cubes?
Normally, I don't do the splash because I put the cube in, which is my splash, and it chills at the same time. And because I like my to be a little cooler than room temperature, I don't really drink a lot neat. Scotch I do,
Yeah.
but like I still sometimes I like the big cube with the scotch because it makes me feel like I'm doing some shit. I'm balling.
Ballin'!
So like when we got speaking of which, we haven't made the big cubes in a while. We need to go back to that.
Well, we, except for last week, we really haven't done a Scotch day in a while.
Yeah, we've been trying to tone it down, but it's sometimes I mean I feel like
I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to say,
drinking scotch and sipping beers.
like, I don't know. We're gonna have to look at like weather reports and hope that we pick a good day. But like March the 3rd or whatever Monday that'll be, like the first March and Monday, we're gonna do like a bonfire cookout, like Outback,
Yeah.
just like make that a Scotch day.
I really do like I miss our scotch days.
We'll make just like buckets of those little
J Dub
Skull
Monday,
and
J
huge
Dub
sphere.
Monday.
Well, it
you
was
know.
J Dub Sundays.
Well, no Monday. Wow,
Yeah, I know.
it was always good.
Yeah, back with the Johnny Blue.
Those were days. Making ribs.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Making-
All right, but anyway,
making coworkers
anyway, I
jealous.
give it if I would give that a solid 4 on that one. 4.5, somewhere around there. Like it's super smooth. I would definitely buy that. I don't know what you paid for it, but knowing your cheap ass, you didn't spend a lot.
It was
so-
45.
Oh damn, Dooley coming up.
It's got like a
So, I mean, I'm surprised that you went for that and not the Colonel's Pride.
I specifically didn't bring that in.
Oh, it's in your car. Yeah.
I told the dude, I was like, this is my cheap, let's get drunk, and this is my, like, chill, like, have dinner with the family type of drink. Like, that's what I'll drink that with. Not getting drunk off of.
dear lord. I just think it's hilarious that you have it in the car.
He's like, I'm
Dude,
not
was
bringing
about-
that shit in there.
I was about to bring the whole thing, and I was like, nah.
You're gonna get the
nah.
shit joke out of you.
I'm going to catch shit for this.
All
Like,
right,
You still
all
catch
right,
it.
Chris, your review on the Heaven's Door.
I like it. I think it's very smooth. I could drink it with very little ice.
Like, or not like with your brown liquors, like, because I don't do shots of browns. Like, you tend to, like, put them on, like, in a rocks glass. And
It's happened.
I mean,
Yeah, who hasn't?
it happened today.
But no, I prefer
about 2 minutes ago.
I prefer to sip on it, and that's very smooth. I don't feel like a lot of my favorite whiskeys and bourbons, like, I feel like I need an ice cube to cut it a little bit because it hits that hard. I don't even really need it with that. I
1 to 5.
I give it like 4. I don't need to be drinking too much whiskey. So
Me, I'd probably go neat with a splash of water, and just to kind of bring out the bite of it a little bit.
Okay.
if it was chilled, I think I could get away without an ice cube.
I don't like. Well, chilled in the freezer, or like chilled like it's shaken. Like what do you?
Just less than not shaken, but less than room temperature.
Yeah,
You know?
like, yeah, it's
You know.
like a couple cubes, like you were
But
saying.
it's smooth enough to where usually I use ice cubes to water something down or cut it
Yeah,
a little
cut
bit.
it. Yeah, I don't.
You don't need them though.
And to
Apparently-
slightly chill it.
And apparently they have two other ones. One is a
Wait,
straight
hold on.
rye.
Alex hasn't done his shit yet. You save your stories for the fucking end. We have to talk to Alex. You haven't even fucking given your rating on it. You just.
I said 4.
Oh, did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I remember that you talked about it. I don't think you gave a rating.
No. Okay. Carr.
Wine's 4.
Monsieur Carr,
So
please
I-
give your review.
I'm gonna get picky.
Uh-oh.
So I was bracing myself for something a little bit stronger, knowing dueling, and I was pleasantly surprised. However, I will say that like when you first start drinking it, there's a spice. I don't think it's much like a bite. There's almost like a spice to it. Because when I first drank it, I was preparing myself, and it felt like a bite.
I'm gonna be perfect honest with you. Like I just threw it back because I know in Dooley I was expecting
Right.
something that's
Trust me,
like,
I was too.
it's gonna punch you in the throat.
But surprisingly, like it had a spicy front end. It is.
I was not searching for flavors in that shit.
It did have a very smooth back end, and
See what happens.
although I'm not much of a bourbon guy, I could probably say that with 2 cubes as well. I do like my whiskey stones for most of my drinks, but I think for this one in particular, I'm not a big bourbon guy.
I just want like to literally enough to
The
put
tongue taste.
yeah, like just so because now that Alex is talking about the spice and all that, like I just like
Yep.
Dooley's trying so hard not to pour so much his hands are shaking.
Well, they are tiny red cups.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I'm just gonna go in here and like now that I know what I'm getting myself into, and I'm
I don't even
feeling,
think you need to. Jason,
Okay.
like there's a spice at the front.
Yeah.
It's got a very smooth finish, but and I don't want to call it a bite because it's not that strong, but it's got a kick or a spice to it there. That's
No, I mean, they're like when you sit on it for a minute, like mouthwash, and like let it sit there, it gets the burn begins to happen.
Well, I bet.
So I imagine like if you were to pour this in a rocks glass and drink it neat, like that flavor would build, and there is a
Start to
there
numb your
is a
shit a little
spice.
bit.
Like so we don't know because we haven't gotten into the story of it yet. But like what would you rate it?
I haven't. I'd go with a solid 4.
I think it's worth the purchase, and I think that I would buy it again,
if I was a bourbon
or
guy,
I would tell Dooley to buy it again because it's way better that way.
if I was a bourbon guy, I might go with a 5. But I'm just not a big bourbon guy, so this is good.
So you drink the scotches because you like the smoky.
I like the smoky. I like the peat. I
So
honestly, the biggest thing.
You think the bourbon's too sweet? Is
bourbon's too harsh.
harsh?
See, I can drink whiskey and I can drink scotch, and I've had arguments with this with people. I feel like the whiskeys and the scotches are smoother, and I mean, again, this one does put up a bit of a contest, but bourbons are usually just they've got more bite, they're harsher, and as much as I do want to feel a little bit of the burn on the way down, I don't want to choke as it goes down. You know what I mean? Like,
you think that bourbon has a harsher bite than like straight whiskey?
are we talking rye?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm just
Straight whiskey?
Straight whiskey.
No.
Because I think bourbon, like, you know, with like the charred barrels and all that, I think like because I mean, let's be honest, like they're all whiskeys. Scotch is a whiskey,
Right.
whiskey's a
Bourbon's
whiskey,
a whiskey.
bourbon's a bit. It just depends on where it's made.
Right.
And I think like usually like when you look at bourbons, like they tend to lean like they attempt to lean toward the sweeter side of things.
See,
I mean, I'm not counting like Fireball and shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
that
that's
doesn't
like
count. That doesn't
The
count.
fake whiskeys.
But
I mean, it's a fucking whiskey, but
I mean, I know it is. But
see, when I
just-
think of whiskey, though, like I
Liquor.
do tend to, I guess, lean more Irish. So you're thinking like Tullamore
Like, so
Dew, Jameson,
yeah.
Bushmills, and Bushmills is smooth as shit. There's no burn on that at all. You know, I mean, like
Macallan.
I hope my parents don't get mad at this, but shit, that was fucking cough medicine as a kid. You know, like my dad would be like, "Can't get rid of this cough? Take half this shot, you fall asleep in 5 minutes." Like,
Motherfucker, I got the flu shot last week. Got sick. Like, I don't know if it came through in the podcast. Like, I was losing my fucking voice. And then, like, the reason why, going back and we wanted to discuss this anyway, why I was sober on Christmas is because on Christmas Eve, my throat hurt so bad, I was drinking scotch, like, all night. It's like, because it soothed my throat. And, like, so I get where you're at with the cough medicine. Like, I was losing my voice, and, like, the scotch,
it helps.
I don't know why, but maybe I was lying to myself, and I was like, you know what, fuck, it's Christmas Eve, I'm going to drink this bottle of scotch. It has a kill date. Like,
I feel like the alcohol might be anti-inflammatory. It might be the wrong word, but like it lessens the pain in your throat, or you just don't think about it. I don't know which, but it works.
I mean, it was old timey medicine back in the day.
The producer,
whiskey, yeah.
So was cocaine. Let's not go with that. You know, I mean,
cocaine,
The
gum,
producer-
morphine, and
the producer's a big fan of the theory, I'll just drink through it.
yes.
It's like, I'm not feeling great. You know what? I'm just going to drink through it until my body no longer cares that I'm sick.
I had a similar theory in college and late high
Yeah.
school. It didn't involve drinking, though. I'll tell you.
I had a theory in middle school. Like, it's-
No, it was late high school, college years. Like,
Jason.
I'm sick. I'm gonna smoke until I spit this shit up, and then I'll be good. And I don't.
All
mean
right, so
cigarettes.
are we reviewed this?
We have reviewed this.
All right,
Are
so-
you ready for the story dueling?
No.
Now you can share your.
Okay, well, this one has...
Start with the rating on the back, because that little gold seal on the back.
96 stars.
Is that a worldwide?
96 points for the Ultimate Spirits Challenge of 2018.
That sounds important.
And they got a gold medal, San Francisco World Spirits Championship.
World Spirits. They got a gold medal in World Spirits. Oh, nice.
But this one has notes of vanilla and baked bread layered over a bed of toasted oak.
Okay, hold on. Before we continue, you said that this one won World Spirits in California. It took gold, right?
Yeah.
Is that fucking fair? Bourbon's only made in America. You took the World Spirits of the United States.
Hey man,
Congratulations.
the NFL World Championship. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. Like, you know what? The Super Bowl, the World Champions of American football.
It's still an award. You did a great job. I'm not
Yeah,
knocking.
I mean,
I think that's kind of funny. Like, you're the world champion of Kentucky.
I feel like after like you win the NFL, like, I mean, I don't necessarily think that it's fair, but there's a European league and there is a Canadian league, and I feel like they should all fucking have to play each other. And I think that this sport would be way more interesting if it was like soccer.
Do
like,
you watch a lot of Family
football.
Guy?
No,
No. Have you ever seen the Silly Nannies episode? Anybody?
no, just you.
Okay, well, long story short, Peter played for the Patriots, and then he got kicked off the Patriots for showboating, and then he went to England and joined the Silly Nannies. And
I remember
obviously,
talking about that, yeah.
the Silly Nannies were not a good team, but that's also where the Shaboopy came from. Shaboopy.
Okay, but back to your story, Julie.
So Heaven's
We
Door
definitely segued way the fuck off.
Heaven's Door is an award-winning collection of handcrafted American whiskeys developed with partnership with Bob Dylan. The perfect blend of art and craft. Each bottle has a Heaven Door showcase Dylan's distinctive welded iron gates that he created in his studio. So that is literally like his gates to his studio.
Is the picture on the bottle? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, all that right there. That's all like his.
Oh, like the actual, like the gate to his studio. Like, do you
Yeah.
have to actually, like, those open up and you go inside?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Heaven's Door.
Is that's actually pretty damn legit.
Yeah, I like that.
Except, like, if you look at the picture on the bottle, and like we'll have to post a picture, evidently. But like, does anyone know what a high lift jack is, other than me? It's that red jack in the corner.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a high lift jack.
The one just like across the middle of the gate? Yeah.
I mean, well, it could be like the old school, like Oldsmobile, Chevy. Like, remember back in the day, like the bumper lift, like that, like your dad had, like when you had to change the tire, like
Well,
it was like a straight up jack with like the holes. Like,
When you say old school, like looking at this, I'm a little bit closer than you, but they all look like some kind of tool. Like,
Oh, yeah,
that looks like
yeah.
a wrench right here on the side, like a long-handled wrench.
or long ass pliers.
Possibly. Like, it all looks like it could be like some sort of gear, motor, valve.
And that's a
something.
crow.
Like,
We should.
well, okay, yeah, the crow's pretty fucking obvious, but it's standing on a chain surrounded by tires, Dooley. I shouldn't say tires; those are wheels.
Those are wheels,
Those
like
are not
wagon
tires.
wheels.
Yes, not tires. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that all of that could be some kind of car part there. It's interesting nonetheless.
All right, so before we step into
The next round.
the next round of roulette, we are affiliated.
So here's a word from our sponsor.
This podcast is brought to you in affiliation with Stitcher Podcast Radio. Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium and sign up today for only $4.99 a month. Use promo code TeamFatKid for get 1 month absolutely free. Stream and download all your favorite podcasts, such as this one, Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, Wolverine, The Lost Trail, Alex's Favorite, Bitch Sesh. You get the Fantasy Footballers, Science Rules with Bill Nye, and many, many more. We're talking 21,000 premium hours of podcasting. That is 2.4 years. You get all the bonus episodes, you get the ad-free shows, you get Dooley's favorite 300-plus comedy albums. You can check out all the new releases before they come out. And just remember, all you have to do is head on over to Stitcher.com/premium, sign up, and use the promo code TeamFatKid. Test it out for a month, absolutely free on us. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right, so back into the story of this bourbon. I do think you actually already read this off the card, but on the side of the bottle it says, "We wanted to create a collection of American whiskeys that in their own way tell a story." And that's a Bob Dylan quote. Our Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey aged for a minimum of 7 years.
Which in the book it has a different gate.
Well, are we sure it's the same one?
No,
Because
yeah,
there are multiple.
there's different gates
Oh.
for each one. So
I see.
now I'm really interested in the story.
I'm assuming each one of them, like each whiskey,
Has a different...
it's like each part of his gate.
All right, so our Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey, aged for 7 years, is exceptional by all measures. Smooth and lasting with notes of baking, spices, and vanilla layered over a bed of toasted oak. Distilled in Tennessee. Well, that's good to know, because it would not be bourbon if not. All right, so that's pretty much the entire story on the bottle. I thought that was going to be a little bit...
Yeah, like, pass that book over to Chris so you can see, like, the different gates, because...
Gotcha. Hold on, I want to see if there's anything in here.
So I'm going with we would all purchase said whiskey again or bourbon.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's good stuff.
I would probably purchase it for my father, but yes.
All right, so roulette.
Roulette.
Let the games begin or continue. While we talk about games, anybody want to discuss what happened on Sunday?
Oh, I'd love to. My team won.
And so
My team won with field goals.
your team was never going to win anyway.
Hey, they finished 8-8. Okay, I'm happy with it.
I mean, that is a winning season.
As a Bears fan, that's a win.
All right, so Gar, the Eagles, I mean, they got in. Dallas
Yep.
is out, and we're all
Yep.
like them boys.
We took it last week and this week. I'm very, very excited about that, especially because I know quite a few Dallas fans.
Wow,
and
me
I
too.
will be.
And they're all very quiet.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of
I
them.
really doubt they will be, because I'm sure I work with one of them, and I'm going to give him hell.
And like the Steelers were terrible. Like their fans are always terrible anyway. But I mean, like just like from what, like just like these long posts, like they are so bitter every year that they don't make the playoffs. And
I have a feeling I know one of the ones that you're talking about.
but they go so deep into this, like it's everyone else's fault.
Or it's not even that. The one that I'm focusing on right now was like, the Eagles won and this, that, and the other, but like the Steelers had injuries and like they were going into like full stories of like why teams weren't doing good. And it's like, yeah, your team lost. Just I'm sorry, like you had a bad season or bad luck or whatever. It happens.
Like Chris is a Skins fan. Not to just throw you out there like that, brother. But I mean, like,
Bust.
But-
I'm sorry.
but I mean, rough year again, but you guys had plagued injuries, but you don't see Redskins fans out there on the internet like
bitching about it.
yeah. I mean, they were signing players like
Just another
the
season.
week, like it's like, hey, it's Monday. We got to sign some people so we can play next week. Like, I mean, they were living like they were like on their fifth string fucking. Damn, I just lost it. The shit, I keep wanting to say it. Like, they're on
Roster.
their fifth. They're on their fifth string, second string, but secondary. They're on their fifth string, secondary, like fifth string. Literally, like these people didn't exist when the season started, and they're on the team. And like,
Congratulations, you made it.
Which
Like,
I heard they might fire the coach of the Cowboys.
oh, they said it's already done, and they said to stay tuned. They fired the entire coaching staff, from what I understand, and it hasn't.
My dad told him, because he's a Skins fan too. He was like, because he keeps up with them, and he was like, yeah, like the Skins might try and pick him up. I'm like, shit, the Cowboys fucking coach is about to be the Skins coach.
lost.
Like,
How would you feel about Jason Garrett being the coach for the fucking Redskins?
I'll try anything.
I'm sure if we talk to the Vos, they'd say the same thing. Yeah, let's try it. Fuck, let's go.
You know what? Fuck it. They won more games than we did. So fuck it. Like, even if baby steps, like, you know what I mean. Like, let's get to it. Let's get to an 8-8 season.
Can it get worse?
Not really.
I mean, you could be the Browns. Which
I mean,
actually had a
but
pretty
like,
good season, I'm not gonna lie.
let's pay attention to, can it get worse?
I used
Because
to think
yes-
500% was
It can always get
bad.
worse.
Let's just say,
Now it's
because
great.
now, like, when you're when you're not the shittiest team and you're not the best team, now you're in the middle of the pack
You don't want to be in the middle. You either want to be in the
Because-
front or the back.
because your fucking draft picks suck.
Yep. You
in the
get
middle.
no first picks and no trophies. Like,
Yeah, like so you don't have trophies and you don't have the first pick. Like, you're not in the beginning of the, like, if you're in the middle of 32, right? 32 teams. Like, you're in the fucking middle. Like, you're picking like 16, 17. Like, you're just in the shit, because like the only thing you got going for you is like the rotation switches when it comes back around.
Well, you were talking the other day about how somebody better hope and pray that he doesn't get picked up by a team because they got first round draft pick.
Oh, dude, Joe Burrow's fucked.
Like,
Like, Joe Burrow is fucked. He's gonna be in Cincinnati, and that's where like all like it's either Cincinnati or the Browns. And like, you look at how many fucking first round draft pick quarterbacks have gone through the fucking Brown system and no longer play football. Like, you made it like 2 years, like fucking they just ruined you.
yeah.
Like fucking Johnny Football, you know what I mean? Like, he was there, like, and everyone's like, oh man, if he stopped partying and fucking played football, maybe he'd still be in the league. Dude, he was like fucking 5'8".
He was doing therapy because he's playing for that team.
He was in mental therapy.
What was the Browns' record this year?
Shit, I don't know.
Because they actually they had
Better
a
than
decent
last year.
year.
They were doing all right for the Browns, like
Yes.
the Browns that we know and love that didn't win a game
They'll
for.
never be the Indians.
We know and love the Browns because we know and love the Browns because it's a game you know you'll win.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
not
like,
like
but
that
it's not like that anymore. And like the Lions, I mean, the Lions are up and down. I mean, like, they're good, they're shitty.
I
like,
will say this past weekend had some interesting games.
The
fucking
Browns,
Miami beat fucking.
New
the
England.
Browns went 6-10 this year.
I mean,
That's pretty good for them. I mean, hey,
The Bengals went 2-14. So
The Redskins won.
Bengals
The
are-
Redskins won 3,
the Bengals are the down team
right?
this
You guys
year.
won 3 games.
I think.
Yeah, the Bengals, like, there was a game, and like, I think it was them in Miami, the Bengals in Miami, I think, and like they were actually playing for, like, they were like, the announcers were like, and the Bengals, like, when they lost, and the Bengals lost, and they're like, and the Bengals are on the clock. Like, it means they got the first round pick, so like
Right.
the very first pick, so they're already like looking
They
at
already
their,
know. Yeah, they're like, oh, we got first. Let's
yeah, like, start looking, and like, then
What
you
about
got,
the second half? We fucking lost. Look, just look at the pick.
and then the first thing you're gonna look at is like our quarterback, you know, and then it's like, shit, our quarterback sucks. So let's go get like, oh, the Heisman Trophy winner who's going to play in the national championship for college. Like, that poor guy, man. Like, he has so much potential when they're gonna fucking ruin him, you know. And like, the only thing he can hope for is like to sign a 1-year contract and maybe get fucking picked up by somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, because anybody would pick him up.
I mean, he's the Heisman
I mean,
Trophy
he's
winner.
fucking breaking records. Just don't go there and ruin. Like, don't go in there and fucking get hurt or something like that. And like, just, dude, be the pocket passer and be safe for a year. And like, hopefully you get picked up by somebody else. This is words of somebody who's never played in professional sport in his life.
I was
telling
gonna say
you
that's
what
a
to do.
difficult thing though. Like if you're playing safe football, do people still want to pick you up?
Yeah, man, I'm
that's
trying
what
to
change your stats.
Man, I'm trying to protect my fucking career, man. I'm trying to get out of here, man. Like, everybody knows he does not want to play for the Bengals. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe he's a Bengals fan. Maybe he grew up I mean, because he's playing for LSU now. He originally was playing for Ohio State, and then he was the backup quarterback for Ohio State. So maybe he's from Ohio, and Cincinnati might be his jam, dude. Maybe he's super stoked that they're in shit, and he's like, yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna turn it around.
I'm gonna go there, and fucking, it's gonna be awesome. But I mean, like, you left Ohio State, who is not in the national. I really wanted that to happen though. Like, Clemson beat them.
Everything is awesome. When we work as a
Like, because
team.
it would have been fantastic for the backup quarterback from Ohio State who left Ohio State and transferred to LSU
To
to
beat
win the
Ohio
Heisman
State.
Trophy, to come back and play against the team that he just left in the national championship. And like, they thought they were good enough to get there. I mean, they made it. They were that close. What's that? It's a Geico commercial. Like,
yeah, with the dollar. Like,
yeah.
oh, you almost got it. You're so close.
Like, all they had to do was beat Clemson. I mean, but shit gets real when you get into like college football, and then like everyone's like, oh, fucking Oklahoma and Jalen Hurst. Sorry, I'm talking a lot of sports, and we normally don't do that shit.
That's
on
okay.
this
We're
podcast.
gonna keep it going because I'm gonna bring up another topic on the same subject.
Because like everyone was like, oh, Jalen Hurst, like the Heisman runner up, is playing the Heisman Trophy winner, and like, oh, he's got something to say. He's got something to say. But then you go down, to Atlanta, and you play an SEC team in the southeast corner of the United States, and you got your ass kicked.
Whooped.
It's like, that shit wasn't even fucking close.
Whooped.
And like, I mean, you're a running quarterback against like one of the best run defenses. I mean, like, the same thing with like when you look at the Ravens and what's their quarterback's name? I don't know. He's a great fucking running quarterback, but he's a running quarterback. And then you play teams like, you're gonna end up playing somebody like the Saints, who've been playing against Cam Newton since he came in the fucking league. And guess who's not in the league anymore? Cam Newton. And like, because they learned to stop a running quarterback. And like, it's when you play them twice
Constantly,
a year.
Yeah. All right. So
RG3, Lamar Jackson.
I'm gonna throw this out there before we try this beer, so that you have time to think about it.
Too late. I already tried this.
I see you.
I tried. I'm so lost right now.
It's good though.
If
So-
you have any ideas, though, I'll take them.
My question to everyone at this table, that you will have time because we're going to do roulette first. Who do you see going to the Super Bowl, and what do you think the score will be?
Oh, the score? We're gonna try to call this shit out now.
Oh, we're gonna call it out now. We're gonna come back in like 3 months and be like, God, we were fucking off.
3 months.
2.5. I guess, yeah.
All right,
month and a half, technically.
all right, so let me think about it.
February doesn't really count, so month and a half, 2 months.
Let me think about this.
I haven't paid enough attention. I wouldn't know. I'm just going to say the Patriots are going to win by a lot. That's normally a safe bet, right? Like, not every year, but
I mean, I think
A
you're
few
right.
of them.
Normally it's a safe bet.
quite a few of them. Like,
This is a tough one. This beer is, that's a tough one. I don't, man.
I don't know. I feel like I'm tasting like butterscotch or something weird, but that's probably like the taste of the other beers and everything coming together. It's like, I don't know, man. Like,
This one's just tough. That's,
doesn't seem bitter.
no, it's not an ale. Like, I don't think it's an ale. It's not,
I don't think so.
it's not farmhouse, like, Saison style. It's not. I will even go so far as to say, Jason! It's a flying dog.
Why are you cheating?
Because it was on the cap. I had to see it. I couldn't
So-
I couldn't open the beer without seeing it.
Was that the
so
hint?
this is a flying dog.
That's the only hint we get, is that it's a flying dog beer.
And it
Which
doesn't
I
help.
wasn't
Yeah, it
wasn't
doesn't
going
help
to
me
say, but now that none of us know what the fuck is going on with this beer, I will say it is a flying dog beer. Not that that narrows a lot down, but
Alright, so. Alright. Flying Dog.
It's probably strong.
Now.
I mean, I'm still lost. Like, even knowing that, I can't pin this down.
Okay, I'm flying. Just so happen to be a Flying Dog fan.
So am I, but I still don't know
It's
this beer.
Underdog.
Underdog?
3.5%. I give it a 4.5 in IBUs, or probably 22. felt like I just pulled a stone on fucking Dooley.
What
I do too.
what kind of beer is Underdog?
It's an IPA.
You
I
think
thought
so?
it was lager.
I don't fucking know that part. Yeah. It might be a lager. I'm trying to remember because the other day, is it a fucking lager?
You're getting IPA out of this?
I don't fucking know.
At 3.5%, I guess that makes sense because I'm just not getting any like kick.
Can I have a tad bit more?
Could be like-
I know I know Underdog is 3.5%. I know that because the other day we were at the Cash
And I had it too, so
in the Cash, and like I had several of them because I knew it was 3.5%, and I was like, I'm good. It's 3.5%
I didn't
because you got to
think-
be careful when you go to the Cash.
Well, I didn't think they made beer that week.
That's why it's called Underdog.
They make non-alcoholic beer.
Flying Dog does?
No.
Well, the ones I've seen, like Flying Dog.
Flying
it's
Dog
like-
is flying like
Oh,
Raging
okay.
Bitch.
They're
I thought you
usually
meant,
like-
in general. I was like,
Oh no, Flying Dog.
The same guy does the artwork for every can. Like he
Rage-
That's
physically,
got to be a dope job.
I like Raging Bitch. they make that right.
How often do you work?
I
work
actually like that
I work
one.
like a month a year.
And it's strong too.
I mean, he
Make
just,
a- make bottle
think about
art
it. It's
and
like
I'm done.
it's commission. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, we got this beer. It's called this.
Right.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go do some work.
I'm gonna go with this as an ale because I don't think I've had Underdog, and I don't know what this is. So I'm gonna go with this as an ale. I'm gonna give it a 4.5% because, well, Flying Dog.
Speaking of which, the Flying Dog area rep has agreed to come on to the podcast, but he had prior engagements, so we have to. I told him like after the first of the year, so coming up sometime in January, he will be on the show, and he's gonna
He'd be
bring
a
us.
ringer.
He's gonna bring us some cool shit.
All right.
I like cool shit.
So I'm gonna give this a 4.5 ABV, a 28 IBU, and I'm gonna give it a 4 as a rating. Chris?
I'll go with the kind of ale, like pale ale, but not India pale ale. You know, I'm gonna go with like 7% because it is Flying Dog apparently.
Yeah.
To me, it's not that bitter, like 25% or 25
It sounds
IBUs.
like we're on a fucking interstate.
I know, right?
No
This shit
cars
too.
driving by.
It's like 3.5. I'd give it like 3.5 because I can handle it. It's not too overpowering.
Gotcha.
It's different. But
Dooley?
I'm gonna piggyback off of Jason, just because I do remember this taste. And last time we were at the Cash, I was just like, I'll have what the
Cash.
fuck Jason's have.
And
That's what we call it, man.
I'm
love it.
Are you just gonna match him all the way?
I'm gonna match them all the way,
Oh, you son of a bitch!
except for IBU.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's a fucking IPA.
Oh no, lager for me.
How the fuck? I'm gonna piggyback off of Jason.
With,
Lager.
with it being Underdog and
I feel
ABV.
like he's fucking cheating like a bitch because like when he goes in Stone, I can be like, it's a Stone.
All right, so lager Are you
Lionheart
gonna keep
movie.
ABV at
yeah,
3.5?
it's Lionheart
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
movie.
and
I've never.
IBU, I'll put that at like.
He's fucking cheating.
I'll
right
put it
now,
at a
and It's
40.
not fucking fair.
How much cheating?
Because did you know it was a 3.5?
No, you
Because
said
I
3.
know it's a 3.5.
You said 3.8.
no, he
No.
said 3.5.
I know for a
Give me a
fact
rating.
it's 3.5. I saw it
4.
today. I almost bought it today, but I switched it up.
I'm just trying to be different, man. It's Flying Dog. Like every Flying Dog beer I've had.
I could
is
be
strong.
completely fucking wrong.
You are.
Boom. See, Julie? Fuck you too. Told you I'm not good at this game.
I have to say, it's one of my favorite things to say when you're wrong. Is to say, all right, so this is actually Flying Dog's Tiki Leaks or Tiki Leaks. I'm assuming Tiki Leaks, like Tiki Torches. And it is a Mai Tai Blonde Ale.
It's good. That's
I-
my first time having this one.
All right, so
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Chris called this one the closest at 7%. It's actually a 7.8.
Wow.
That is a smooth drinker for 7.8.
Oh yeah.
And I do not have IBUs. Mai Tai Blonde, Tiki.
Blonde 7.
Leave.
I've never even heard of this one.
I haven't either, which is funny because I think I actually picked this one up. I could be wrong.
I know, like, there is a lethal six-pack floating around in this fucking refrigerator. That
Was
has
it
not
fair
been-
though? Like
But
I
don't
only-
forget, I mixed them all
Oh, okay.
so that we didn't have like a Jason 6-pack, a Dennis 6-pack, a Dooley 6-pack, an Alex 6-pack. Real quick, long walks on the beach aren't really Brian's thing. whispering sweet nothings into our brewmaster's ear about his love and affection for tiki drinks.
Oh, wow.
No need to DTR there. He was hooked IRL, line, sinker, and tiny umbrella.
I do like
20.
a good Mai Tai.
20? Jason came in closest to 22.
What's
Still
that,
in order.
25?
I'm still not giving that to anybody.
Oh, I mean, my cup's there. You were supposed to give me some more.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
No.
That's plenty, especially now that I know what the ABV is on this bitch. I'm just trying to maintain.
Yeah, we're at your house, whatever.
Too late now, bro.
Yeah, right. All right. So, let's go back to the yearning question for all of our football fan listeners. What do you got? Because so a third seed has 3% chance of fucking winning the Super Bowl. I know that it's like 3 point something percent. Like Dooley has like all that shit up there, and none of them are blown up. Like he just click on one and make it full screen so we can at least see the fucking bracket. I already know the bracket.
I don't. No clue.
What is that?
I don't either.
What are you doing, Dooley? Failing.
Yes, failing. Stop it!
All right. So anyway,
Fuck it.
I'm gonna throw my pick out right now, and the odds are slim because the Saints are playing the wild card against Minnesota, and they're already talking shit about the fucking miracle of Minnesota, and so
It's not letting me do shit with
all
it.
right, then leave it alone. All right, so just read the bracket. Okay, so your wild card games are the Patriots and the Titans, the Bills and the Texans. So those are going to be like your AFC games. So I imagine the Bills and Texans will be your 4:00 on Saturday, and then the Seahawks and the Eagles will be your 8:00. Maybe vice versa. Like they're gonna time change it. You know what I mean? Like it's and then like Sunday it should be the Pats and Texans, Saints and Minnesota. I think the Saints and Minnesota game is gonna be your 8:00 Sunday game, or 4:00 Sunday, right? Because they change it because Sunday they play the games earlier. So Saturday it's 4 and 8, and then Sunday it's
1 and 4.
1 and 4 because bitches got to work on Monday.
So who do you got going?
To the Super Bowl,
Yep.
I gotta ride with my boys, the Saints.
Don't worry, I'm going to go against you on the Eagles, but
Yeah.
I hope that we make it to the next game and fight each other.
The 3 seed has a 3% chance. What are you, the 6 seed?
I don't give a shit. I'm rooting for my team.
I get it. Actually, no, you're not the 6 seed. You're the 4 seed because you won the division.
Don't give a shit.
So I'm saying the Saints and the Ravens.
Such a
So
strong...
wait, you said the third seat has a 3% chance?
Yeah.
And I'm 4th seat, so I got like a 0.07?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so you said who and who?
Saints and Ravens.
And score?
Shit, man, that's fucking Saints by 3. Let's be honest.
All right, so just Saints by 3. You don't want to throw up like pointage?
Man, that's like what the fuck?
I'm making this hard because I want to go back and like watch. We should have been like somebody's gonna get it right. We're gonna be like, God damn, we should have gone to Vegas.
Right. So, shit, man, I don't know. Come back to me on the score
Okay, Chris.
because what I really would love to see is a Saints Pats fucking Super Bowl. We've come so close so many fucking times. Breeze and Brady,
You're a brave man.
and yeah, dude, like.
I don't.
Me and the producer have been prepared for this for fucking years because
Yeah.
it's come like almost 3 years in a row. It
You need
was
to
supposed
explain
to
that.
happen.
You're not wanting it to happen because of the football teams. You're wanting it to happen. You wanted it to happen
Even
because
if it wasn't the producer's team,
you'd still want to see it.
I'd still want to see it Braves versus Breeze
Braver Brady.
Breeze and Brady and a fucking Super Bowl would like the fucking
Got Braves or Brady.
just it would break all the records of Super Bowl watching. Like people would tune in to see.
Even if they don't watch.
Breeze deserves another shot.
Yeah,
he's done enough for the game.
And it's going back to Miami where Breeze won the Super Bowl.
Right.
And against Brady because he beat fucking Peyton in Miami. It would only be fair for him to beat Brady in Miami. I mean, that's just what I want, and I want to see another onside kick, like not at halftime though, but like in the fucking opening the game. Like, it's like just onside kick that shit. Like fuck it, man. Like, but everyone in the world be prepared for that. You know, like I want to see what Sean Payton has in store for his next fuck. You know, he's been planning it for 10 fucking years, 11 years. Like, what else can he fucking do? Like, he's gonna be a Hall of Fame coach. He's gonna be. You know, just the statistics alone. I mean, maybe not.
All right,
But
so,
I mean, he's a great coach, and everyone fucking loves him. And he's already been fucking kicked out of the NFL for a fucking year. See if Belichick could get kicked out for a year and come back. Like,
all right, I have to stick with my team. So I'm Eagles. And
so you think if it came down to it, and the Eagles stayed in it, they could beat New Orleans in the NFC Championship game in New Orleans?
Look, you're going to root for your team and root for mine.
I mean, I love you.
I
Just a
honestly,
game.
I have a bit more trouble with the other side. I honestly think the Patriots are really going to pull some shit out here. Like they got their ass.
It's fucking Tom Brady, man.
They got their ass kind of not stomped, but they
got beat by Miami.
yeah they got insulted, and I think they're gonna make a little bit of a comeback. So
I think it was a trap game.
I want to see Eagles Ravens, and
Bird versus bird.
I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go Eagles Ravens, and just because
You little raven, you shall die to the eagle.
All right, here's the part that I don't want to admit. I think the Eagles would lose probably 14-20.
I think if the Eagles made it that far, the score would be way different than that.
You think so? Like
I don't
that,
think.
you
I
it
don't
would
think.
be like
I don't
higher,
think.
or?
I don't think the Eagles could stop Lamar Jackson.
Really?
No. I don't. First off, I don't see you guys stopping Russell Wilson. Even in Philly, I don't see you guys stopping Russell Wilson. I mean, I love you, dude, but
Are we in New York now?
it sounds like, man, fuck, we're on the interstate. We've had the fucking jets flying over. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. And
Where's the Falcon at?
I think he's gone now. But
yeah,
well, I can tell you he's not making it to the Super Bowl.
I mean, more power to you, and I hope the best for your team, but not really because my team is.
It's in the same division. Yeah, I know. That's cool.
I hope it came down to that, and like you guys got through.
I really hope that we beat the Seahawks. You beat the Vikings, and I hope that we make it all the way to its Eagles Saints.
So then you would play San Francisco San Francisco. We'd play Green Bay in Green Bay.
I would actually be allowed at the house during that game, as opposed to an Eagles Patriots game. Because you and I could scream at each other and be okay. I don't know.
Probably be allowed to start with. Yes.
And then I just got this sweet ass new totem.
At some point, there might be all right, you have to go to the garage. Like, you go watch it in the garage, I'll watch it in the living room.
Chris's sister came over during the Super Bowl, and I was like, you can't come inside. She had to watch the game outside in the garage. And I was like, you can't come inside right now. I was like, nothing can change inside. Because that was like when the Falcons were up, and what was it, like 23-3 or some shit like that, and then they lost the fucking Super Bowl? Something like that. Whatever.
You're not allowed inside.
Yeah, you cannot come inside right now. You will change the tide.
Well, I remember Tom Brady took a drink of water, so everyone in there had to take a drink of water. I remember that.
All right, so
Legit.
what are your picks, sir?
Seriously, I will never forget that.
Just because I already know everyone would be in this house, I want to see it happen.
Oh, Saints New Orleans? Or
That's-
Saints New England?
Hey, guess
Yeah.
who wins in the Saints New Orleans game?
New Orleans!
I think it's the Saints.
I totally want to see Saints and Pets. And I have a feeling it'd probably be a high-scoring game.
I don't know if the Patriots can beat Lamar Jackson, and I mean they can. Let's be honest. Tom Brady can beat fucking anyone.
I have a feeling like I'm worried about them. That's my concern. Like, I think the Ravens are going to take it, but I do feel like New England just, they got insulted, and they're going to have to.
I mean, but they
Well.
still. But they. I mean, so
Can't count them out. Ever.
so
Like,
New England. If New England beats Tennessee, they would have to play the Chiefs. Not an easy win there either. I mean, none of these games. Like, you got to remember, like
We're in the end. We're in the final stretch here.
yeah,
Like,
the NFC was decided. Like, yesterday, like on Sunday night, like when the 49ers won. Fucking that shit pissed me off because I really wanted the Seahawks to. Then they came back and they were like, I was a Seahawk fan like a motherfucker because that would have put. And Green Bay almost lost to fucking Detroit. So we're down here fucking up the Panthers.
The Lions, man.
And then the Lions came in and almost fucking beat Green Bay. And then Seattle and the Redskins and the 49ers, they had it out. I mean, let's be honest. It was a good game, and I was really hoping for one of them bitches to lose so that we would at least have the second seed. If they both would have lost, New Orleans would have been sitting in the first seed and home for the entire playoffs. And last time that fucking happened when we were 13-3, we went to Miami and then we fucked up Peyton Manning. So I was really hoping for it because how sweet would it be for LSU to win the national championship in New Orleans?
And then take the Super Bowl?
And then New Orleans take the Super Bowl in Miami the same way they did last time they won. Because last time, it wasn't like in the same year, but the last time LSU won, they were playing in New Orleans. And the last time the Saints won, they were playing in Miami. So, it you know, some voodoo shit could happen.
All right, so Dooley, I know we cut you off there. Who are the teams that are going? What do you think the score's going to be?
Pats, Saints. And I want to go real deep on that. Real deep.
Don't get fucked up in here, Dooley.
34-36, win by field goal. Saints.
Truth, because the Saints kicker is much better than the Patriots kicker. If it came down to it, I would put the game on the line when fucking Will Lutz his foot. Like, come on, let's do it.
All right.
It's going to be some shit if I actually got that. I should be in Vegas right now.
All right, so we're going to have to come back in like 2 months and revisit this.
It's February. It's like the first weekend of February, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, 2 months, month and a half, something like that. Come back and revisit and see how we all did and, you know, watch. Like, the fucking Texans will make it somehow.
Fucking Texans and Seahawks, and then the score's like 7-0.
The most unwatched Super Bowl of all time. It was a soccer game.
Oh, I think that's it for this week. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's it for this week.
Yep, I was just sipping on that, what was it called? The Tiki what?
Tiki Leaks.
Tiki Leaks.
Yep, like WikiLeaks, but Tiki Leaks.
All right, guys, as always, we appreciate you guys listening to the podcast, tuning in on this fine Virginia Monday at 75 degrees.
December 30th.
Yeah. Oh, damn, the mail's here. What time is it? Late ass motherfucker, 4 o'clock.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook.
At Team Fat Kid.
You can find us on Instagram.
At Team Fat Kid Nation.
On YouTube.
At Team Fat Kid 1.
And Twitter.
It is. Oh, that was at Team Fat Kid 1.
I was going to say that sounded wrong, but, you know, okay.
Yeah.
So Twitter.
At Team Fat Kid 1.
YouTube.
It's Team Fat Kid.
You can find us online at www.teamfatkidnation.com for all of your apparel and knife needs. And as always, you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps. For Team Fat Kid, choose the fat.
Shit, man. What was the sign off?
Fuck, I don't remember either. It was, until next time, be creative.
Be hungry.
And always sharpen your knives.
We'll get better at this, I promise. Hold on. It's okay, Dooley. We can still talk for a second because I still wasn't ready for any of this shit.
I think it was be creative. Yeah, be creative, stay hungry, and don't forget to sharpen your knives.
That sounds.
Y'all are learning with us.
We had it down earlier.
Yeah. You know. Thank you guys for listening. We'll check you guys on Thursday, the very first podcast of the new decade.
Yup!
If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Sauce dripping, swag on a milli, heads through the roof. Me exhausted, you tripping, purebred, 100 proof. Mr. Kane to the brain, had a jack, no joke. Good thing Mary Jane can play.